Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Annisya Agustin Cika Wijaya. I am from 5PA class. In this opportunity, I will present my presentation about data interpretation. But first, I will explain you what is data interpretation. Data interpretation is the process of reviewing data through some predefined process which will have assigned some meaning to the data and arrive at a relevant conclusion. It involves taking the result of data analysis, making inferences on the relations studied, and using them to conclude. Therefore, before one can talk about interpreting data, they need to be analyzed first. What is data analysis? Data analysis is the process of ordering, categorizing, manipulating, and summarizing data to obtain answers to research questions. It is usually the first step taken towards data interpretation. It is evident that the interpretation of data is very important and as such needs to be done properly. Therefore, researchers have identified some data interpretation methods to aid this process. There are visualization techniques in data analysis. One of the best practices of data interpretation is the visualization of the data. Visualization makes it easy for a layman to understand the data and also encourage people to view the data, as it provides a visually appealing summary of data. There are different techniques of data visualization, some of which are highlighted below. First, bar graphs, second, pie chart, and the third is tables. But in here, I just explain about bar graphs. Bar graphs are graphs that interpret the relationship between two or more variables using rectangular bars. These rectangular bars can be drawn either vertically or horizontally, but they are mostly drawn vertically. The graph contains the horizontal axis and the vertical axis the horizontal axis X, and with the former representing the independent variable while the latter is the dependent variable. Bar graphs can be grouped into different types, depending on how the rectangular bars are placed on the graph. There are some types of bar graphs are highlighted below. First is group bar graph, and the second is stack bar graph, and the third is segmented bar graph. But first I will explain group bar graph. The group bar graph is used to show more information about variables that are subgroups of the same groups, with each subgroup bar placed side by side like in a histogram. For example, let us consider the subgroups of the average CGPA of students in mathematics and statistics department of an institution. This picture is an example for group bar graphs. And the second is stack bar graphs. A stack bar graph is a group bar graph with its rectangular bars stacked on top of each other rather than placed side by side. By representing the CGPA example highlighted above using a stack bar graph, we get the graph below. In this graph, the rectangular bar representing the mathematics and statistics department are stacked on top of each other, with each group representing first year, second year, and third year students. This is the example of stack bar graph. And the last is segmented bar graph. Segmented bar graphs are stacked bar graphs where each rectangular bar shows 100% of the dependent variable. It is mostly used when there is an intersection between the variable categories. The segmented bar graph shows the percentage of the average CGPA accumulated by the mathematics and statistics department of the institution. There is the example of the segmented bar graphs. In here I will mention the advantages and the disadvantages of a bar graph. For the advantages of a bar graph, first, it helps to summarize a large data, and the second, estimation of k-value C. It can be made at a glance, and the third is can be easily understood. And for disadvantages of a bar graph, first is it may require additional explanation, and the second, it can be easily manipulated, and the third, it doesn't properly describe the data. Okay, I think that's all about my presentation. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.